Hello and welcome back, everyone. So here's the next video within the series. Okay, so we just learned how to import in an FBX file, and we brought in the materials, and here are our excuse me. Here are our static meshes. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do now is learn how to create a blueprint. Okay, so here I'm going to go ahead, right click here and choose Blueprint Class. Okay. Next, what I'm going to go ahead and do is choose Actor. Okay, so this will be the type of blueprint that we'll be using for our flying saucer. Okay, so now what I'm going to go ahead and do is name this blueprint My Flying Saucer _ BP. Okay, so then what we're going to go ahead and do is open up this blueprint. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and select our static meshes. So make sure your window is small enough so you can see all of your static meshes that are inside of your My Flying Saucer 2 folder. So I'm going to select the first one and hold Shift and select the last one. And that's going to select all the static meshes that make up the flying saucer. And then what you're going to go ahead and do is click, hold, and drag them into here. Okay. All right, so now what you want to go ahead and do is click compile and save. Okay, so now all these static meshes are now here. So what we want to do is make sure you're inside of the viewport tab right here, and here I'm just going to use the middle mouse scroll wheel down and zoom. You can zoom in and out by scrolling up or scrolling down. Okay, and I'm going to begin by selecting the first object here in the blueprint. Okay, and if I scroll down over here on the side panel, so you can either use the middle mouse scroll button with your mouse over here, or you can simply drag this white bar up and down. Okay, so here are the materials that are applied to this object. What I'm going to go ahead and do is show you how to create a material instance. Okay, so a material instance is going to allow us first of all, we're going to create a master material, and then we're going to create instances off of that. So we'll create a master material for our flying saucer. So I'm going to right click here and choose material, and then go ahead and call it My Flying Saucer Master _ Mat. Okay, so this is going to be My Flying Saucer Master Material. Okay, all right. So then what we're going to go ahead and do is open this up. Okay. And what we're going to go ahead and do is here's the base color, basically that controls the color of the object. Okay, then metallic. Okay, here's where we'll want to have like a number value between 0 and 1, and that will control whether it's metallic or not. So 1 being yes, it's going to be a metallic object, and then 0 would be matte, and then here you can have values of in between to whether it's metallic or not. And then the specular, okay, that there is going to go ahead and control the specular color. Okay, all right, so then here you have roughness. Okay, so this here controls how reflective the object is. And then anisotropic, what this here does, it bends and stretches the highlight. Okay, so then there's the emissive color. Okay, and this is makes it so the object appears to be glowing. Okay, so what we're gonna go ahead and do here for our color is plug in a constant 3 value. So we're going to go ahead and hold the number 3 key, right click, whoops, sorry, we're going to hold the number 3 key and let me close this, sorry about that, and click off here, hold the number 3 key and click on the grid area, and then here plug this into base color. Okay, then what we're going to go ahead and do is right click on this and then choose convert to parameter, and then we're going to go ahead and name this color, or here I'll just go ahead and name it the same as this node here, so base color, so we know that this is being controlled by that. Okay, then hit enter. Okay, so we'll leave it black by default. Okay, so then what we're going to go ahead and do is create a constant 1. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and by holding the 1 key and then you click on the grid, that will go ahead and create the constant 1. Then what you want to do is drag this input node into metallic. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do is, since most of our surfaces are going to be metallic, by default here I'm going to go ahead and give this a value of 1. Okay. Alright, so then what I'm going to go ahead and do is right click and then choose convert to parameter, and then here I'm going to go ahead and type in metallic. Okay. Alright, so specular, we're going to go ahead and leave that alone. For roughness, here we'll go ahead and right click. Sorry, excuse me. We're gonna plug in a constant 1 and make a parameter for it as well. So we're gonna go ahead and hold the number 1 key. Excuse me, and then click on the grid. All right, and then here we're gonna go ahead and plug this into roughness. Okay, and then here we're gonna go ahead, right click, and then choose convert this to parameter, and we're gonna type in roughness. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna go ahead, leave that at 0. Okay. All right. So next, what we're going to go ahead and do is here we're going to create a constant 3. So I'm going to hold the number 3 key and then click on the grid. This is going to go ahead and make allows me to create a color. Okay. So then what we're going to go ahead and do is right click and choose convert this to parameter and name this emissive color. Okay, and hit enter. Okay, next what we're going to go ahead and do is create a multiply node. So we're going to hold the letter M on the keyboard and click on the grid. Okay. And then what we'll go ahead and do is, you can plug this into here, okay? And then here we'll go ahead and plug this into emissive color. Here I'm just going to go ahead and reorganize this a little bit, clean it up. So now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to hold the number 1 key and then click on the grid, and then we're going to go ahead and drag this into B. Excuse me. And then what we're going to go ahead and do is right click on this constant 1 and then choose convert to parameter, and then we're going to go ahead and name this emissive amount. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is save this master material, since this is mostly what we're going to be using. All right, so we'll go ahead and click save. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and close this. All right, so then here we have the My Flying Saucer BP tab open. What we're going to go ahead and do is go ahead and drag that down. Okay, I'm going to resize the window a little bit. All right, so then here's our master material. What we're going to go ahead and do is create new materials based on this master. Okay, by having a master, it allows materials to be animated. Okay, so when excuse me, later on in level sequence, if we want to go ahead and animate say the emissive amount, we can go ahead and as well as the emissive color, we can change that color from black to say a light blue or a blue color, and then also the emissive amount from 0 to say like 100 or 200, whatever value emissive amount that we want. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and right click on this create material instance, and then here we're going to go ahead and create material instance, and then here we can go ahead and rename it. So here, since we know the first material is going to be hull, so here we're going to go ahead and have hull underscore matte underscore inst. Okay,